Welcome back to News BDC TV for this exclusive interview with Adam Todd, the founder and CEO of Digitex Futures Exchange. Hi Adam, at only 19 years of age, you started out as a pit trader on the London International Financial Futures and Options Exchange. You were also one of Betfair's most successful sports traders. You even went without a losing day during 8 months of full-time trading. So what sort of advice do you have for traders in the crypto community today?
With me, the big secret I always discovered was the shorter term that you trade, the easier it is. That was the big kind of aha moment for me. The longer term you go, the more fundamentals you need. You need to understand what you're actually trading on. You need to understand what things are going to influence that underlying instrument. Now, the shorter term you go, the shorter time frame you go, the less you need to know, to the point where if you're a scalper just buying at the bid, selling at the offer, it gets to the extreme where you don't even need to know anything about the thing that you're buying and selling. Like, for instance, when I was a pit trader in London, I was trading mostly German government bonds. I didn't have a frigging clue what a German government bond was. I just bought it at 68, sold it at 69. And that was the same with the other 200 lunatics that were in the pit with me. A lot of the people trading off the floor, they had their strategies and whatever they were doing, they understood the underlying instrument. But the pit traders were just loud, aggressive. They didn't really understand what they were talking about, what they were buying and selling. And that was the same with the horse racing as well. When I was doing horse racing, you just mentioned there I went 8 months without a losing day. I didn't know anything about horse racing. I barely knew one end of a horse from another one. I wasn't picking winners. I was just trading the prices before the race started. So again, no knowledge of the underlying instrument. I was just laying the horse at this, backing it slightly higher. So that would be my advice to people is the shorter term you go, the easier, or maybe not easier, the more consistent you can become. And that, in a sense, that's why I've built the Digitex Futures Exchange the way I have. It's very geared towards short-term traders. The no commissions means you can trade like a lunatic and get away with it. The large tick size means you can buy at the bid, sell at the offer, and make money. So in a nutshell, that's it. Go short-term, go for smaller profits.
You have been preparing for the launch of Digitex Futures, which is a commission-free cryptocurrency futures trading platform. Do you have an exact date for the official launch? And what sort of challenges have you faced while striving to achieve a stable and secure platform?
We've been saying Q4 the whole time. End of Q4 now. There's a lot of horse trading going on with the developers, because developers don't actually like to release anything ever. They just like to develop. So I think end of the year is probably the exact date that we're going to have. It's going to be a beta release. It's going to be like a soft launch, really, to the first 5,000 people on our list. We just basically want to launch it to a large group. 5,000 is a lot of people, but they're going to be a friendly group. So that's who we're going to launch it to. The beta version is going to get launched to the first 5,000 on our waiting list. There's about 150,000 people on our waiting list right now, waiting to start trading on the exchange when it launches. And we've got a viral marketing thing in there where you refer your friends, you shuffle to the front of the queue. So that's what people are doing to get in that first 5,000. As far as challenges with it, the development team we've got, they're very solid group of guys, very experienced. They're mainly from the telecoms industry, where the telecoms industry is all about very robust systems. Just shit that never breaks. It doesn't break, and if something does break, it doesn't take the whole system down with it. It'll just break that system, break that process, spin up a new one, and everything's back to normal again. So that's the background that these guys are coming from, is just make something that just works all the time and doesn't break. So I think it's going to be very well be very well adapted to these large spikes in usage, drops in usage that are going to come with cryptocurrency trading as the prices get more and less volatile, and they are expecting that. So yeah, the software's being built with that in mind, that it's going to be very robust. If it does go down, it's going to be able to come back very, very quickly.
The ICO sold out in just 17 minutes, raising $5.4 million in funds. The commission-free platform will be the very first of its kind. So can you tell us about this technology and what exactly makes it unique?
Well, obviously the most unique thing about it is that it's commission free. There's a couple of other exchanges have tried the commission free angle. Ours is just a completely revolutionary new model completely. So let me just explain it. It's commission free, but the native currency of the futures exchange is the Digitex token, which means that your account balance needs to be denominated in Digitex tokens. The margins that you post in order to buy or sell a futures contract, that's got to be denominated in Digitex tokens. Your profits and losses are in Digitex tokens. The tick values of all our futures contracts on the exchange, you're going to be trading, Bitcoin against the US dollar futures contracts, but your profits and losses, your tick values are denominated in Digitex tokens. So that's really the unique thing about it. And the reason we do that is by doing that, that's how we do the commission-free side of it, because now we control the base currency of the futures exchange. Every year we can mint a small number of new tokens each year to cover the costs of running the exchange. Now, creating a small number of new tokens obviously creates an inflation rate. You can't just print tokens ad infinitum because that devalues the current ones. So the token issuance system is governed by all of the current Digitex token owners through a voting system. And so only the token owners who this inflation rate is going to affect, only they can approve this inflation rate. Now, why would they willingly accept a devaluation of their tokens by issuing new ones? Well, it's because by issuing new ones, that allows us to operate our futures exchange, our futures markets without any transaction fees at all. And that's huge. And this isn't, like I say, it's not a gimmick, it's not a marketing thing. The more people actually use the system and actually trade, the more robust this revenue generation system of token issuance gets. So like I say, it's revolutionary. It does involve having to use the Digitex token as the base currency for your trading. If you're willing to accept that, I mean, that's like a cost in some respect, because there's the inconvenience of it maybe, or maybe the cost of holding those tokens. But in return, you get absolutely no transaction fees. And, the kinds of people, again, that are more affected by transaction fees are the shorter term traders. Again, this is very much an exchange that was built to scratch my own itch. I've been a very short term scalper my whole life, and I've always dreamed of being able to just buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell without getting killed by commissions. And so this kind of commission-free setup is more aimed at the shorter-term traders. And what that's going to do is it's going to create hugely liquid markets. It's going to create very, very liquid markets that, where scalpers and market makers are free to, engage in these very hyperactive, very active trading strategies, low profit margin trading strategies that on other exchanges just aren't possible because you get carried out by commissions. And so it's going to create very, very liquid markets. And that in turn is going to create, that liquidity, because what's the other major cost of trading? It's not just commissions, it's slippage. And so that liquidity that it's going to bring in is going to prevent a lot of slippage too. So larger, longer term traders who maybe aren't that interested in the commission-free aspect of it will be interested in the high liquidity that comes from that, and the lack of slippage that they get on their trades from that. So it's going to appeal to a lot of different kinds of traders.
The platform's token has been skyrocketing since its launch in May. It is currently in 117th place in terms of market cap. So when do you think we will see it among the top 100?
Not long. We've got we've got something going on now that we're going to announce that I can't tell you now, but it's going to be more. It's going to be way more. It's like 3.5 cents right now, isn't it? I think it's going to be. I mean, obviously, I would say this. You can't believe a word I say, but that's going to be a 30-cent token by in the next 6 weeks. I think that shit's going to go crazy. I really do. We got a lot of things planned. We've got the demo of the software, and officially, the demo of the software November the 1st at the Malta Blockchain Summit. I'm doing a keynote speech at the Malta Blockchain Summit. I'm also doing a ICO, like a pitch on stage of the product. So we're showing off the exchange for the very first time in front of the whole crypto crowd in Malta. So that's going to be exciting. We've got another couple of announcements coming up that are, major, and yeah, that token is just going to go crazy. I think we're going to be in top 100 before Christmas for sure. But then I would say that, but that's what I think.
And what sort of impact do you expect the Digitex Futures commission-free platform to have on the crypto community? And what sort of changes are you expecting to see in the crypto world in 2019?
Yeah, like I said, I just think it's going to create very liquid futures markets. There's futures markets out there right now that are fee charging. We're gonna shake that up. Another aspect we've not been talking too much about yet, but I think we're gonna start talking about this a lot more, is the decentralized account balances that we're gonna have on the exchange. This is huge. It's not just no commissions and high liquidity. You're going to be able to use the Digitex Futures Exchange without having to trust the exchange, without having to trust me holding your money. And that's massive. There's so many exchanges get hacked. There's so many exchanges just run off with your money. By using the very latest technology on the Ethereum platform called Plasma. It's basically Ethereum's version of Bitcoin's Lightning Network. We can create this system of state channels, which is lightning fast, but we've actually figured out how to have this hybrid of a centralized order matching engine, but decentralized account balances. So it's that hybrid. It's not a decentralized exchange because they have all kinds of other problems. It's not a fully centralized exchange. It's a hybrid between the two, and I think that's really going to shake up the exchange world when people see this working, because it's huge to be able to trade on an exchange without having to trust your money with that exchange, and yet you still can't back out of trades. That is massive. I think that's going to have a huge impact on the cryptocurrency world. In general, what's going to happen in 2019 in the cryptocurrency world? I don't know. It's a guess. Hopefully, some huge nuclear event doesn't happen. Like if Tether went down or something crazy like that, that would create some kind of meltdown for a little bit. But then maybe that would just be maybe that would just be the reckoning that we're all looking for, so that we can all go up after that. I'm a huge crypto bull. I think cryptocurrency, Ethereum, Bitcoin, all those, they're going to the sky. They really are. Whether it's going to happen in 2019, I don't know, but very exciting times to come. And what we're going to do with the decentralized account balances, going back to that, I think that's going to be big. That's going to have a big effect. People are going to see, another use case for why you should trade in cryptocurrencies, because of this trustless aspect we're going to bring in.
Thanks for watching this exclusive interview, which was brought to you by Digitex Futures. Please remember that it is not investment advice. For more updates and exclusive interviews, please subscribe to News BDC TV. Bye for now.